Hey guys, happy Friday. This is part 2. Where do I even begin? Some of the bogus ass bullshit that's been posted or talked about or whatever, and don't worry, it's an Alani. I'm not drinking liquor. Yesterday was a rough day. And the reason why I say that is because I found out, and I know I'm probably going to sound like a but I don't care. I found out yesterday that one of my old school teachers / one of my mentors, he passed away yesterday. And me receiving that video was fucking bullshit. You know, this week has not been easy on me. First, I get told about my daughter's dad, then that on top of it. Like, that was too much. Basically of a, overload. And the thing about it is that what a lot of people don't know is that when you go through something in your life and you have trauma because of it, you cannot help that. Because your body has a way of having trauma responses. Mine, I'm currently in counseling. Yeah, I will gladly admit that. But to sit here and say that I'm mentally unstable and, I got all these mental issues, that was a false diagnosis. I don't know how many times I got to get on here and say this shit. It's been nothing but a repeat cycle. I have been through hell. I have gone through hell. I have been through trauma. I had something happen to me last year, which is no motherfucking lie. Only a few people know about it. And getting a video sent to me saying I'm a whore and this and that. Bitch, I know I'm a fucking thick-ass motherfucker, okay? I'm fully aware of that. But on top of it, yes, I have been through trauma. I have been through a lot of trauma. But my childhood is something that I do not remember. It's not because I don't want to remember. I don't remember. It's a blur. I have a disorder that happens to my body. That when I go through trauma, my body locks up on me. And I have no reason to motherfucking lie about that. I hate when people think that they know what I've been through when they really don't know what the fuck I've seriously been through. And I have been through hell in my life. Yeah, I am a child of divorced parents. Have I got past that? Yes, I have. But to talk about my childhood is something that is very wrong of people because I don't remember hardly nothing of my childhood. Yeah, my dad has been giving me pictures, not to gain my confidence or gain my trust or whatever bogus bullshit. It's to help trigger a memory or help trigger a memory of when I was a baby or whatever. Dad knows what I've been going through in counseling. Dad knows because I've told him a lot. And I don't care what happened between my parents. I could care less about that. That's not my business. My dad even knows that. And on top of it, the truth of the matter is that I've been through so much trauma in my life. My body is so tensed because of it. It's not even a joke. And I think it's ridiculous how people want to get on here and talk about my boyfriend, what's going on with me and him currently and shit like that. Only certain people know. I have my inner group who I talk to. I have all of my girls who I talk to. I have all of my close friends who I talk to. And for somebody to get on here and call me a whore, I'm not a whore. I'm so tired of having to defend myself on this. It's getting old. I don't go from guy to guy to guy to guy to guy. No, I do not. I have my way about my life because I wanted to finally be with somebody who I could see a future with. And the one I'm with now, I do see a future with him. Me and him, as of today, we are celebrating 10 months. 10 months of being together as a couple. 10 months of us working towards our future. And for people to get on here and say, oh, well, nobody has seen him with you. Yes, they have. Multiple people have seen Andrew with me. Multiple people have seen Andrew, hell, around Trey. My own baby daddy has saw him. So, why would I have to lie about that? I don't have to. And you want to take it out on Carol and Jennifer for the past? They're all past that. There's shit going on that I know about that you don't even know about. You know, I thank God each and every day that I have my grandparents before the one passed. I thank God for what they did. They put me into school, paid for college, they paid for my lawyers, and I paid it back. And I have no reason to lie about that. But for somebody to say that I caused a scene at a funeral home, which I never did, and the family still can't believe that bogus bullshit, they said nothing even happened at the funeral home. I went to the funeral home to pay my respects because my grandfather and my grandmother, they did raise me. Yeah, they did. I did that because my grandparents, they have done more for my life than I could have ever done. They helped me in times where I didn't even have to ask. They volunteered. And what people don't know is, yeah, there is a story around the time my grandfather got sick. And that story is a long story. And no, I never abused nobody. I never put my hands on nobody. Let me make this clear. I put my own life on hold around that time to take care of my grandparents. And yeah, was it overwhelming? Yeah, it was. But what people don't realize is when people have Alzheimer's, it's hard to work with Alzheimer patients because they love to argue, they love to fight, they love to say shit, they love to start shit. But before that, yeah, me and my grandfather had words way before that. But at the end of the motherfucking day, when both of them were of sound mind, we always came back to each other and we always apologized. I will gladly admit, I was spoiled rotten by my grandparents. I will gladly admit that. I would never, in my lifetime, I would never hurt the people who took care of me. Like I tell everybody, my grandparents I'm talking about the one that passed, he was the most amazing man that I could ever have asked for in my life. He showed me what being a guy, a husband, and a dad is. Yeah. And the thing about it is, people want to sit here and judge people. People want to sit here and talk shit about people. People want to sit here and put down people. Yeah, me and my grandfather, we had our arguments, our disagreements, our fights, and all that before he got sick. But guess what? At the end of the motherfucking day, he turned around and apologized. I turned around and apologized. You know, the day of the funeral, I went to the funeral home. Yeah, it tore me up. Because to see a guy who was my grandfather and the man that raised me die while I was homeless the first time, dealing with that, the day I got that news, a piece of me died that day. What nobody really knows is when I got that news, I didn't eat, I didn't sleep, I couldn't eat, because I didn't want to. My body was going through so much hell, I literally starved myself over that mess. And I went to the funeral home out of respect for my grandparents. who raised me, who made sure I had a place to live, a good education, a good college education, a good life. There's a lot that nobody really knows about my grandparents, except me. My grandfather taught me so many things about what a real man is, about what I should look for in a guy. But it's kind of funny how I'm being looked at as a whore. And, oh, I'm an abuser? I'm not no abuser. I would never abuse a person who paid for my college education, who paid for my lawyers. I get so burned up for people trying to put that on me. And the messed up thing about all this is, on top of all that, my grandmother's in a home right now. Yeah, she is in a home. But I'm not going to go into all that, because that's not my whatchamacallit. But for somebody to sit on here and call me a murderer and a killer, their own child that had nothing to do with a person passing, you got to be out of your mind. No parent in their right mind is going to call their child a murderer or a killer. Like, the whole family knows that I've had a person calling me a killer, a murderer. I'm not a murderer. I'm not a killer. But to put that on me when I had nothing to do with that, that's messed up. And to bring out about my dad and my childhood, I don't remember my childhood because of all the trauma I went through. I don't remember. It's not because I don't want to. It's because I don't remember nothing. That's why I've been in counseling going on 10 years now. Yeah, everybody wants to make fun of me because I'm a strong girl. Yeah, my grandma taught me how to be strong. Taught me how to get through life. Taught me how to get through each and every day. Taught me how to get through challenges in life. Yeah. I thank God that my grandmother did. Because without her, I wouldn't be here. I mean, people that want to blame other people, they've got problems. And I'm so used to not having a mom in my life, it's not even a joke. I'm a mom myself. And what I told my parents about my child, I have boundaries, like every parent does. I have my motherfucking boundaries. And there's nothing wrong with that. The sad part about it is that my dad gets my boundaries and understands my boundaries and has been involved in my child's life. Now my mother don't comprehend shit. And to sit there and say, oh, well, this and that and blah, 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 blah. Bringing out bullshit that's not even true. Yeah, and there's a lot of answers that I still want. But guess what? I'll never get. And guess what? I've let that go. But the shit that I'm currently going through and dealing with, people need to respect my boundaries. I didn't deserve that video yesterday of all days because I got told some bad news yesterday. I am so sick of having to get on here and defend myself. It's getting old. And want to say, oh, well, Carol and Jennifer and this and that. Carol's involved in my son's life. That is her nephew. Jennifer's involved in my kid's life. That is her cousin. So they're saying, oh, well, God forbid, they ain't going to have nothing to do with you or your kid. Carol constantly asks about how my boy is doing. What does he look like now? My son's been around Carol multiple times. He's been around Jennifer multiple times. He's been around all of his younger cousins. They're not going to turn on Trey. What you don't really realize is the family has worked past that. The family is trying to make amends, not only because of grandma, but the family's trying to make amends. You need to learn deep down that you need to make amends with yourself. You need to make amends with your past. You need to deal with whatever issues you still have. I've made amends with a lot of shit. But guess what? It made me stronger. And I'm damn proud of it. But you want to get on here and make fun of me for it? That's low down. That's pathetic. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. And I'm not acting crazy either. And no parent, and I have stated this in multiple videos, no parent is going to let a spouse talk dirty to their child. And don't get on here and say that, oh, well, he didn't do that. You literally laughed about it. And you know when I told Dad about that? Oh, God, that pissed Dad off to, oh, God knows what extent. Trust me. Dad even thinks you're ridiculous. Dad even thinks you're fucking ate up in the head. Dad's been in my life. Dad knows what's going on in my life. Dad knows I'm happy. And you want to get on here and judge me about this and judge me about that and judge me about this? Like Grandma said, a leopard never changes its spots. And you claim, oh, you're different? You're different? You're on here calling your own daughter a whore. I'm not a whore. I don't go and sleep with everything that's got a walking pole. Sorry, I don't. I think it's... You want to say jealous? You're jealous of me. I have a college education. As the video I posted, it shows I went to college and I have a college degree. But you know what? You can't hold on to the past. Like I've been taught. I'm in a stable relationship. My man loves the hell out of me. And my son spoils my son rotten. It's not even a joke. But you want to run them chops. My man makes sure I'm well taken care of. I eat, I sleep, I get my water intake, the whole 9 yards. My man knows what I've gone through with my health. My man's fully aware of that. But you want to talk shit about a guy that you've never even met. Because you can't put your differences to the side because you want to judge your own blood. And sit there and say, oh, pretend that I don't even exist. You are my mother. You're on my birth certificate. Are you dumb? You must be. And to sit there and challenge me to come over to Westchester to get arrested on a DV, you got me 50 shades of fucked up. I'm not that dumb. I think it's pretty funny how people want to get me on charges. That's so funny. And I think it's pretty funny how you want to blast about my childhood. Do you not realize that looks bad on you as a parent? Think about it. Use your brain, or what brain is left in that head of yours. Yeah, guess what? Dad has watched your videos and seen your videos and commented to me about it. And just a little side note, when you're using contour, you're supposed to use it with your foundation. Know how I know that? Cosmopolitan magazine, and I do makeup myself. You need to match your contour to your skin tone. Just a little note on that. You're so jealous of me. You're so jealous that I have a decent man in my life. I have a decent guy who treats me like gold. Yeah, me and him, we've had our problems, but guess what? We've gotten past it. Now I'm like, you? You ain't got no room to talk, honey child. You ain't got no room to talk. So do us all a favor and shut the fuck up. Keep my name out your mouth. How about that?